Hey y'all, it's Monday. I have a message and then we're going to do a meditation, okay? So get your favorite crystal. You know, I saw another person on, I think it was on a short. He was using this crystal too. I don't know if it's the same thing. It's like that golden quartz I told you about. It's become one of my favorite crystals. I think we just need it so much right now with all this energy flying around in the universe, that three-eye atlas and all that stuff. So I think this is a really good crystal to have right now with the golden flecks inside. So I don't know how your journey's been, but my journey has been very intense. It's almost like reality. It's like slaps you in the face sometimes. I'm also going to use this crystal. I call that my sacroiliac crystal. You know, it fits like just by your sacrum down there, that last bone. It's called your tailbone. Yeah, if you have an injury to a tailbone, that's a painful injury. I had my acupuncture clinic on Southport in Chicago. I didn't have it there a long time because they started arresting us because we didn't have a license, but yet they wouldn't go give us a license to be an acupuncturist. So this is not what I was going to talk about. But I went down to Springfield, and you know, we needled the people there to try to get a license for acupuncture. But that's a whole story in itself. But I wanted to talk to you about, and this is the main point. The main point today is the energy, like I said this last time, is very intense right now. Actually, I'm going to hold this crystal in my hand right now. I like this, the quartz. It's very good for clearing, especially your lower spine. You know? I mean, some people do spread eagle on the floor to clear their lower spine. I saw that on a short. But I don't know if I could do that. I mean, you have to have a lot of flexibility, right? But yeah, I like this. It's such a representative of the sacrum. So, I mean, that's a good visualization, too. You could visualize having the crystal in your sacrum, right? This is like such a catalyst for the spiritual energy to travel through your body. Like we call it the golden spiral. And it's so cute. It really looks like just snow on the ground. The snow is pretty, right? At least it hasn't gotten dirty yet. That's when the mess will really start to happen. I mean, it's pretty now. It's a lot of snow, but it's very pretty. Very confining, though. So this is what we're going to talk about. Sometimes when you get a message from spirit, your divine self, it can come in a dream. And I've said this before. I said this, let me grab a pillow here for my back. I don't usually sit in this chair, but I like this chair for meditation. It's really good. It's made out of wicker. But you can sit up like really straight in it, you know. So I think when you do meditation with me, you know, sometimes we spin around. And it can help you support the spin, okay? Because I don't want you falling on the floor off the couch. Okay. You haven't started meditation yet. Because I need to tell you this satsang thing here. Okay, it's coming through. Let me just put my foot up. I'm going to get something to put under my feet, but this works pretty good. It's a little table. Yeah, because I don't usually sit here. So, but I just decided, like I'm trying to do the 40 days of meditation. I don't know even where I'm at with that. 5 days. And I wanted to do meditation this morning, but I was in my cocoon for hours, and then I finally fell asleep because I set the alarm to wake me up at 6:30, and my alarm didn't go off because I wanted to get up and get on time for the, we're getting ready, so if you need to go to the bathroom, for the electrician to come. Remember, I told you the electrician was coming. Okay. I don't know if I should tell you the story. I really want to tell you the message before I forget it, and I'll go back to Santa Claus story. All right, so the message, this is the message, and I've said this in a post a long time ago. I don't even know if that post is still available. I can't even keep up with them all. I feel like I need a secretary to organize my post. All I want to do is be on camera and do satsang and meditation. But then when you're doing it with YouTube or you're doing it with Facebook, you have to do all these other things with it that are very, very linear, you know, and I don't always feel like doing that. So, but I do want to learn how to do editing. I don't know how to do that with those little lines and the little numbers. I mean, it's like such a mystery thing for me. I mean, because my mind doesn't work in that way. I'm more visual, more creative. So this is what I was saying. Okay, a long time ago, I talked about the difference between having a dream where you're working out stuff in your subconscious. Like say you had an argument with your father or your dad or your husband, or you yelled at your kid and you felt bad about it, okay? So you can work that out in a dream, right? And you'll see that being worked out because you'll see that energy come up, that emotion come up. It'll come up as anger, it'll come up as joy. I mean, that's always good. When my friend passed on and she left me a little bit of money, she came to me, and I don't know if I put this in my book, so you're hearing it here first. She gave to me a golden ring, and her and I, we were like soulmates. I mean, we were not gay, we were not bisexual, we were just like, we were attuned in spirit, right? And we supported each other. So then I saw that beautiful golden ring in a dream. Like she was, she had to go to the other side, but she wanted to give me this wish, right? And that's a good wish. If you see that in your coffee cup, if you see a circle like that in your coffee reading, that's really a good omen. So those are those dreams where you work out emotional baggage, okay? And this is the time, I said this before, in 2025, in December, where we need to work out our emotional baggage right now so we don't take it into 2026. But a really good time to do that is at the end of the week. It's a better energetic time at the end of the week, okay? There's better energy things, like if you're working on finances, right? So I actually might go to the bank on Friday, depending on the weather. So you don't have to wait for this weather. This weather is very confining. But then there's the other one. It's not a dream, but you saw it as a dream, but then you realized it's a vision, and you're having a premonition. And how do you know the difference? I mean, they both can be. I think the one that's a premonition, and you have to check this out on your own. The one that's a dream is more blurry. And I don't mean just visually blurry. The details are not as strong. It's more about the emotion that you're working out. Okay. I mean, this isn't my opinion, I'm not a dream analysis person. I don't have a license in dream analysis. I'm a psychic medium. What can I say? I came out of the closet a long time ago. All right, I came out of the closet as a psychic medium, okay? And I'm not afraid to say that. So I get these premonitions, and a lot of you are going to be getting them too. And a lot of you, if you're listening to my channel, you probably already have gotten them. So we're getting these premonitions now. And they have meaning for us. So when I was kind of like in my cocoon on the couch today, I was so blessed I could do it because I didn't really want to go outside. I did go outside and meet with the electrician. That's a whole story in itself. But when I was wrapped up in my cocoon on the couch, I had a premonition. And it was about me working in a school. And that's a good sign because I'm planning to do that. I'm not going to give you all the details, but I really need to be around children. I mean, I don't have to be there 5 days a week, but I would like to be in a school and help out at least 2 days a week. I feel like I need that for the balance of my life right now. I mean, that might change. But right now, I'm looking forward to doing something like that because that's my service too, is to be around children. Because you can heal children by being in a good vibration, right? Kids don't want angry, negative vibrations around them. They don't want somebody yelling at them all the time. They want to be able to breathe in when they're in your presence. And that's why it's good. The best thing that came to the public school system was SEL, social emotional learning. So when I was wrapped up in my cocoon on the couch, I had a premonition. And I'm not going to share it with you yet until it finalizes. Okay? But it made me so happy because it was like a dream come true. So you need to stay in your meditation. You need to stay in your heart. You need to burn incense. Do all those good things that you were raised to do by your hippie parents, right, if you're in that age group. And, breathe in and breathe out. So I'm glad I could eat with you today on a Monday, right? I want to watch some TV later. Well, it's still kind of early. I like to watch that cooking show. They're having these bake-offs. And they have to create certain kind of bakery products, and one will be the winner. So that's fun to watch. I always like to bake. I mean, I like to cook too. I mean, I think I like the whole kitchen scenario. I don't like washing floors. I don't like doing laundry, really. I have to pray when I do it because I really don't like those kind of chores. So I think the first robot I would buy, if Elon Musk would make one, I want one that's going to wash my floors and wash my windows. Okay, so the difference, we're going to do a meditation right now. So the difference between the dream, which is more blurry and it's more emotional, and your precognitive vision that you're having, you think you're dreaming, but it's very clear. So when you wake up, baby, it's there, and you won't forget it. So that's the difference. One is really, really clear, and it's going to give you some insight. It's like you talking to your soul level. It's like your inspiration, okay? I say okay a lot, and I also say so a lot. So, okay. So, okay. Now, when you play back your videos enough, you can see where your faults are, right? All right, so let's get ready. It's been so dry in here. I was thinking of putting a sauna in my basement. You know, one of those steam saunas. I mean, it'd be in a perfect location because it's right by a, one of those water things that come out where your water comes into your house. The water, I guess you call it a water main. I don't know, water pipe. So yeah, I think we should be inspired at this time, but watch our money. Okay, so that would be my message. You know, and that's what I'm going to say to my neighbor. Because I know my kids, I should ask my daughter-in-law if she'd want to do something like that first. Because I don't know, my relatives get sick at this time of year. So I'm trying to stay away from people. You know, I just feel like I need to be in my own space. I have my air purifier on. I can burn a fire. I can burn my incense. So I might just have some people over. And, you know, so I'll purify the air. But I want to try out one of my sternos. See, the problem with these sternos that I bought, you know, that whole thing that I put together, I can't get the sterno to fit inside. I can't get that part open that goes over the sternos. So I have to ask my other neighbor if he'd want to trade with me. Because I can't get those other ones open. I think I bought too many of these. All right, so we're going to start now. So enough of the chit-chat. And like I said, you can always use your hands or you can always use your crystals, right, to massage down the side of your legs. Especially when you're walking in the snow. I think people will get cramps, you know, because they're not used to using those muscles walking on all that snow, because a lot of streets are not plowed, right? But what I was looking at on YouTube, I was looking at all the tiny houses, and it's really taking off. I love it. All these people that are so creative are coming up, and they're creating these tiny houses for people. I think that's wonderful. And Elon Musk just came out with another one that I'm kind of playing with the idea of, but I don't know it would be allowed on my piece of land. So I have to talk to the committee first about putting something on my piece of land. And I mean, it's not the only thing I want to put on a piece of land. But it's so affordable. It's like $8,000. It's an Elon Musk house. I don't know how long it would take for that house to be delivered to the piece of land that it would go on. And, you know, I don't know all those details. But I really believe that this is the time for the tiny house. It's the resurgence of the... That's my... Okay, you heard one of my first predictions. It's going to take off, right? This is my prediction, because I've been watching the... it's not hard. I've been watching all the different people who are building tiny houses. And then you think to yourself, well, let's see. If you got Joe, and you got John, and you got Mabel, and you got Alice, and don't feel offended by the names, you know what I mean? I'm just picking names randomly. But if you have all these people making these tiny houses, and some of them are so cute. I love the way they're painted. Some of them are like blue and yellow. They kind of remind me of the Caribbean. But I'm thinking, why don't we do a GoFundMe for the tiny houses? I just thought of that now. Maybe I should try to start one of those. And then we could get these tiny houses for where we live. So if I live in Chi-Town, I could maybe, we're going to do meditation on it. Okay, so that's our meditation. Okay, that's our clue. Our meditation for tonight, God bless. Our meditation for tonight is we're going to pray for all those people who need tiny houses. And I even like the tiny houses, even the ones that are connected to like a community. You know, so you have your space where you sleep for the night. You have your heating. Some are a little bit larger than others, right? Some of them have like a sink outside. And then you have a community center space, okay? And the community center space, and we're meditating over this right now as I'm saying it. You know, we don't always have to do the formal rock and roll meditation. We could do the meditation, I could speak at the same time. So I just want you to know that. So anybody who's listening and wants to build a tiny house, you know, one of my ideas, and you can use this idea, is to get a community together and start a GoFundMe for tiny houses and then donate them. Maybe they should donate them around the places where you have the soup kitchens and make it kind of like a community. And, you know, I bet around all these soup kitchens, I could just bet you there's an apartment. Look, I snorted on that. Like a horse. You know, I want to spend more time around horses. Horses are where it's at. For me right now. Okay, so let's do our meditation. Let's bless the people that are freezing in the cold. I mean, there's all these people in Chicago that are cold. They're out there freezing. I mean, there's no place to go. Okay, that's our meditation, okay? So let's pray for the homeless. Let's pray for Japan. You know, people need to get off of Japan. I don't know where they would all go. That should be the new migration, right? The smart people will leave. I mean, the smart people are going to leave Japan, trust me. Just pick up and leave. I mean, that land is going to go under. That land is on the edge of a cliff under the ocean. Did you ever see those oceanography? If I ever did it again, I'd be an oceanographer or an archaeologist. But, you know, in those days, when I was growing up in the 50s, people either became a nurse or a teacher, if you were a female. I never thought about being just a full-time artist or just being, I mean, I like the whole nursing thing. I like the whole teaching thing. Don't get me wrong. I got interested in that too. But I just think if there were more jobs out there for women, I think maybe because I love to swim, I would have been an oceanographer. Because I could take pictures under the water and swim at the same time. So always live your dream, right? Look at your, okay, so you're going to have dreams too. You're going to have dreams right now because this is the time to sleep more. So if you haven't been sleeping a lot, don't feel guilty about sleeping more because really your body needs to recharge. And try to sit in the sunshine. Like I did that today. I actually did them. That's probably why I feel like doing the meditation now because I was rolled up on the couch today in my cocoon. So I recharged myself, I sat up, I meditated, I prayed. So now I feel like we need to do meditation. So let me do a clearing first. So I'm glad you could be with me here. Okay, so we're going to go into our meditation right away. I don't feel a need to clear right now. We're right in our meditation right now. Well, this is a very strong meditation today. You guys are, if you're in this meditation, this is a very strong meditation. So that means the purpose is really, really good. That these tiny homes, this is my, okay, number one prediction, you heard it here first on my channel. Number one prediction for 2026, tiny homes are going to go kaboom. Okay? I mean kaboom. I mean, they're going to take off. Why? Why are they going to take off? Why should they be built around soup kitchens and centers where they can be helped and have communal showers and bathrooms? It's because people need help. And there's love out here. Okay, so take your hand wherever you want to put it on the part of your body needs healing. Just stick it on wherever you need it. On your head. Are you having mental issues? Are you having, yeah, it's okay. Okay, it's okay to have mental issues, right? Like I talked about the crucifix. I should show you that picture I painted of Jesus. I might auction it off. It's intense though. This one friend of mine, he wanted to take my Jesus picture. Don wanted my Jesus picture. And I couldn't part with it. It's just so intense. But I don't know, maybe I will start parting with things. I mean, do we really all need all these memories around us? I mean, it's good to have memories around us, but sometimes things remind us of the past. Do we let go of those or do we let them move on? That was painted at a park in China, Shenzhen. Oh, yeah, I want to check that out tonight. I want to check out the robots in Shenzhen. You should have one of these in your houses. This is also good for purifying the air. It's a salt crystal my friend Terry gave me. So yeah, I still haven't cleaned out my thingy here. I met with the All right, time for a funny story, and then we're going to do another meditation. That was a really intense meditation, and then we'll do the healing one, okay? I don't know if you guys enjoy my stories. Story time. I was thinking of cutting bangs. I don't know. Oh, somebody sent me a heart. Charlotte sent me a heart. So cute. Thank you. Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. But I don't see any thumbs up on this one. So cute. All right, so let me tell you the story. Went to bed, set my alarm for 6:30 a.m. At least I thought I did. I'm going to look at it again tonight, but it never went off. So I woke up at 6:38 because I need a few hours to get ready in the morning. Okay, guys, what we're going to do right now, we're going to take our 2 pointer fingers and we're going to press them into bladder 1. Just do it gently. You can ask your doctor if you need to do this, but it's called dough in. Okay, and when it's called dough in, it's a form of body massage like you do with the crystals, but you're using your fingers. And that'll help to open up bladder 1. So this will help with your vision. You know, they teach this in Japan. Pray for Japan. All right, so we need to pray for Japan. We need to pray for Japan. So in Japan, you can use your thumbs too. It's middle bone, more stabilizing. And you press through your eyebrow along your orbital bone. You have a bone here. Okay, it's called the orbit. And you just want to press in there. Because I don't know if you spend a lot of time on the screen. It's not a good idea to spend a lot of time on the screen. And there's things you're going to have to start putting on your kids' computers and their little iPads, and keep them off those iPads. At least for part of the time. Okay, because they're putting out a lot of radioactivity. All right, so let me tell you my Santa Claus story. I got up, had a delicious cup of coffee, and then I thought, God, I really hope, I started to pray that electrician would come earlier rather than later, because then you're sitting around waiting all day. Because she goes, oh, well, he could come between 8 and 2. 8 and 2? What the heck? And I go, all right, so I clarified whether I really got a letter from the ComEd department. I had to call up ComEd. This is advice. And then we'll get to the healing sacrum. We'll get to that, okay? Actually, we're going to put in Japan on here because their nervous system is totally rattled. The yin and yang is out of balance. They need to get off that island. You know, they should help everybody get off that island and move to a different island. Go somewhere where it's more stable. You know, people have to get off of islands right now. They don't want to. They don't believe it's going to happen. But this is the time, right? We see everything accelerating. You know, what do they call that? The curve in math where it goes up? Oh, my God. One time I had to take this math class. I became a better math person as I got older, as I taught and went along, but I was only grade up to, well, I don't know, I liked algebra too. Could not figure out geometry. I turned it into an art project, and that's how I passed the class. I said, the great trapezoid, and then I drew this whole picture, and he passed me. I guess at least he thought it was original. Because, yeah, I failed. I failed geometry at school. I had to take it in summer school. And all I wanted to do was look at the swim, the guy who swam, you know, because I was into swimming. I should have made a move on him. He was a swimmer, and I was like in a private girls' school. So this is the first time. Here I am, a sophomore in high school, where all your hormones are kicking in, and I had to go to summer school. It was the first time I was in a class with boys. I was like totally in love with him. I didn't do anything, you know. But I was totally in love with him. I felt totally in love with him. I think I spent more time looking at him than I did listening to the teacher in the class that was teaching geometry. I mean, did you ever have situations like that? Don't you reflect on that? This is a good time to reflect on the past and let it go. Okay? So you can allow the newness of the 1 year, which is 2026, to come in. Okay, so what was my first prediction? Prediction 1. Writing it down. That's number 1. Tiny houses take off. And I'm going to play the lottery. Somebody gave me these lucky lottery numbers. So this is a time to clean up the past. Okay, we need to meditate here. Let me clear the air. Now we got some stuff in the air. Take your favorite crystal. You know, if you feel it's like really grounding, I just kind of put it on my leg. Put your feet down so you can blow out through the bottom of your feet. You know, I was like listening to this Bible quote today, and I really don't know that much about the Bible, but it said 21:25. And to me that would be, 21 would be December 21, 2025. And somehow that quote like connected. I feel like it connects with December somehow. So yeah, in this month of December, it's intense. Okay? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I had this whole intense discussion with my son. Okay, so you're going to have intense family connections, right? Going to have intense family connections. That's prediction number 2. And these are going to last for a while. Yeah, I got to stretch out today. I got to do some more exercises. So let me finish up here, because I haven't exercised that much today. I always try to exercise my upper body and my lower body every day. Okay, prediction 2. Okay, when I say intense family connections, I don't mean, like, we see a lot of brutality in the world right now, right? We see such brutality against members of families, right? I'm not talking about that. We need to pray for that, okay? And burn our incense and do our prayers, right? When I'm saying intense family connections, I'm talking about making them better and stronger than ever before. You want to respect your family members, and you want to receive. My skin has been breaking out. It's been so dry, and I can't eat any dairy. As soon as I eat dairy, my skin breaks out. So if you know any teenagers who have problems with their skin, tell them to stay away from dairy for a while, especially in the winter, because in the wintertime, everything needs to slow down. That's what I said. In December, we need to slow down. I know Sagittarius, we're in Sagittarius, right? We're in Sagittarius, and all these ideas are flying around, and that's okay. I mean, this is the time to plan. This is the time to reflect. This should be my time to paint, right, and write. Okay, so let me finish the story with this electrician. I mean, I'll tell you why I'm dwelling on it. First of all, I hear the doorbell ring around 9 o'clock, which is perfect. So I start yelling, I'll be there in a minute, be there in a minute. I get to the door, open the door, and I swear, the guy standing there looks like Santa Claus. I mean, he's got the long white beard, the whole thing. But he had something different than Santa Claus. Underneath all his headgear that they all wear, okay, underneath his headgear, I could have swore he had a turban on. And turban, I should have asked him. I should have asked him if he was a Sikh. Because this is the second time that word has come up in my life right now. So when you're seeing these connections, you have to figure there's something going on, okay? That are a little synergistic. I swear, I did get to ask him. I don't know if I'll see him again. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe something won't work. So let me backtrack. I got a letter from ComEd, dated November something. I think it was the 17th or 24th or something like that, right? We've been trying to get it. I'm sorry. I'm going to go into a character sketch here. If you don't like it, you could shut it off. I had a... No, I get this letter, right? And you get a letter. It looks official, but do you know if it's a real letter from ComEd? No, you don't, right? So you don't call that number on that letter. You have to call ComEd. So then you talk to ComEd, and you talk to your robot, and then after you talk to your robot, you talk to ComEd. Okay, so I got a nice person on the phone, which is unusual. She was like amazing. I don't know if I had to talk to somebody else after that. I don't know, that was that whole letter thing. But one of these interactions went from the robot to a guy sitting on the beach in Tobago on his computer, couldn't do F, right? Nice, he's getting paid for sitting on the beach in Tobago. So he channels me to another person who was a woman. Was she a robot? No, she was actually a real person. Okay. So was that the real person? I can't even remember. You get passed around on these phone calls. But ComEd had her act together, I have to say. I took a call back because I'm not going to sit on the phone for 4 hours. So you can't do this when you're working. Who the heck does this for you? You have to pay somebody to do this stuff for you. And then my son wonders why this isn't done, why that's isn't done. I go, can't you say something nice? And then he's badgering me about making out my will and testimony. And I go, no, I'm not going to do a will. I'm going to do a revocable trust. Because when you have a revocable trust, which I can print out probably tomorrow morning, now that I don't have to meet with the electrician, you can print it out. And it's better to have a revocable trust. I learned that. You can research that's yourself. But trust me, that's the best thing to have. If you have a will, I mean, it's okay. That's the first step. But you don't have to pay a lawyer for a will, okay? You can just get a revocable trust. Now, I would get a lawyer if I'm doing power of attorney for health and finances. Yes. So I swear, he looks like Santa Claus. That's what I get for eating coffee grounds. All right, let me make this short, because we'll do a meditation. I got to get off. I got something in my throat. I've been eating, this is really good to eat in the wintertime. I should probably dry the seeds. You know, it's a pear. You know, I think it's a good time to dry and put away seeds. Oh yeah, I got an acorn squash in my refrigerator. So yeah, I would say if you have an acorn squash, like scoop the seeds out, feed them to your, you know, put salt on them and oil and feed them to your kids. They're really good to eat. Or you could dry them and save some, well, you could do both, I guess. Standing there, so I go to the door, I go, hello, and he goes, hello, and I go, hello. And I swear, we're like doing this Switzerland thing. Hello. And he goes, hello. And then he comes around, just like Santa Claus. And I go, you know what? You don't have to go through there. It's filled with snow. So I'll open the garage door and you come through my garage, right? So he comes in. Santa Claus comes in. Santa with the white beard and the Sikh hat underneath his headgear. And I kept looking at it, like thinking, is he a Sikh? You know, and I didn't ask him that question, and I probably should have. So I don't know. So I said, you know, I told him what to do, how to fix the doors and stuff. And he goes out, and I go, you know, I don't know why it took 11 years for them to tell me they can't do a meter reading. I've lived here 11 years, and I've never had anybody say anything. He says, oh, well, they were changed out in November. I go, okay, nobody sent me a letter that you were going to change out my meter. Because what am I dealing with now? A smart meter that's putting out radioactivity, and I should know that? So I can put on my little gadgets. And my friend Charlotte, she's so smart. She knows all these answers about animals. One day I have to take a trip out there to Michigan when all this weather calms down. I mean, will it ever really calm down? Pray to God it does. We want sunny days. We don't want all these storms. So we're already praying for Japan. We're praying for all these homeless people. So yeah, we need to do that, guys. We need to, if you guys are listening to me, you kind of like angels yourself, you know, like you're probably starseeds or angels, because otherwise you wouldn't be listening to me. So Mr. Hello, Mr. Santa Claus guy, right? I show him out to go out the back. And he goes, I don't know what's going on here. I go, well, I don't either. I go, everybody never complained about reading my meter in 11 years that I've lived here. And nobody said they couldn't get to the back of my house or whatever they do, right? See, when you're retired, you see all this stuff, right? And then you have to deal with it all. So, I mean, that's one advantage of living in a condo. You don't have to deal with all this. You know, somebody else deals with it. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Let me clear the air. So I hope you're getting something out of this satsang. Bring them on camera. Yeah, but last time I did that, part of my body got cut off. Right? Remember, Charlotte, last time we did that, I brought you on camera? Do you want to be on camera? I don't even know. You can chat with me on the chat box. You see that box? It says write a comment. Send me a chat. Oh, I see. You have to put your name in first. Astronil Chat Your Vede. That's a tripped out name. Astronil. Chat Your Vede. Chat Your Vede. Okay. I have to put your name in first. There she is. Oh my God. All right, guys, before we do this meditation, I'm going to play around on the phone for a minute with Charlotte because I want to figure out how to work this. So if you need to take a break, take a break. Bring them on camera. Okay, I see an arrow pointing that way, but I don't know if you want to be on camera. Oh, with audio only. Okay, I don't want that. Why would I want you to join with audio only? See, I don't want that. Then that's when my head looks like I'm cut off, or your head is cut off, or some crazy shit. All right, so let's do a meditation. Because it's getting close to my baking show time. Showtime! So anyway, so he comes in. We're having this whole discussion about this meter. Right, but always check with your companies. Make sure that they sent you a letter, because you don't know when you get a letter now in the mail if it's legit, okay? My leg is really starting to bother me here. You know why? Because this chair, what it does is it presses down on my ligament that's partially torn. I've been praying for a healing. I'm kind of stubborn. I'm kind of trusting God to do a miracle for me. So, I'm still exercising and stuff, but I'm praying for a miracle. So pray for a miracle for me so I can walk again. And I pray for a miracle for you for whatever you're dealing with. Should I have one more prediction before we go? God, I gotta clean up in here. You know what was going on, though? Is all these, when they see this is what happens with my body. I have to be in a state of meditation and prayer because they were having an earthquake in Japan. See, I'm learning all this about myself, because sometimes if you just lay around for 3 hours, you think you're having a depression or a problem, but I needed to lay there and pray for all the turmoil in the world. And you can only do that when you're totally focused on it. So if you're doing prayer and meditation, you're thinking about doing your laundry, that's not a prayer. So while you're going down to do the laundry, you say your prayers, okay? That would be my advice. All right, let's go into meditation here. Let me grab my sacrum. I love it. It's so pretty. I want to read my coffee, too. Let's make one more prediction, okay? Then we'll go into meditation. One more prediction. Let's see if I can figure this out. I'm trying to do... Oh, I like it. It's like a 5-pointed star. It's a Christmas star. I like that. Very planetary. It's a Christmas star. So I think this is the time the Christmas star is telling us to embrace our happiness, our joy. Because, there's going to be Grinches. Like my son was turning into a Grinch. He kept browbeating me about the whole, you need a will, you need this, you need that. I go, well, it's not like I'm dying. I think God will let me know. Psychic enough to know that. Not worried about it right now. But he's right. He's a Sagittarius, and the reason I think he's right is we're in Mercury shade right now. And Mercury shade, we're coming out of it slowly as we get towards the 19th and 20th. What supposedly are going to be very intense days, so I've heard along the grapevine, along the psychic medium grapevine. Let's pray for all these children that they're finding right now. Oh, Lord. We need to be in the light. And we need to be around people who are in the light. So don't waste your time anymore. Because this is already, of December? I don't know, the 8th? So, the 8s are important days, right? I just want to get through all the village people right now so I can enjoy my winter and my spring. I don't want any of this going on in the summer. So I can enjoy my spring. So I can plant my flowers, enjoy my garden, and get stronger. So we need to have our dreams and our premonitions in order. Okay, dreams is where you work out the emotional baggage. Premonitions, when I woke up, that's what happened. When I woke up from that little rap-de-doo-ya, the cocoon, when I woke up from that cocoon, I had instant clarity of what my purpose was going to be next. So, you pray for your purpose, but, you can have a lot of purposes going on at the same time because especially if you're a family, if you're a householder, right? But you can't neglect your own meditation and your own prayer time. And, when I was younger, I think, I was always on a meditative path. Can't even talk. But, you do get distracted off your spiritual path. It's very easy to get distracted. That's why they say do meditation, do prayer, and stay in your center. So, that would be my advice for today on this number 8 day, which is also the sign of infinity. Let's take a little break here, then I'll tell you the rest of that story. Story time. Okay, let's sit up straight because I think we're going to go into more of an energetic spin. All right. I hope I can sit here and do the energetic spin. We'll try it. I haven't tried it in this chair. It's kind of hard for me to sit on. See, I'm supposed to do exercises like this, too, where you get up and down. So, we're going to flip the pillows. Ugh. Remember this painting? I always wanted to go to the Netherlands and see the Van Gogh paintings. My friend gave me that. She took me to this exhibit. It was an immersive exhibit. It was like the best gift anybody gave me. See, you sat on the floor, and then they had all these cameras around you. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. I guess you could do it with your artwork. I could do my own immersive exhibit. I don't know how you do it, but... All right. We'll do meditation. I'll tell you the ending of my story with the Santa Claus Sikh mailman, okay? All right, so let's just do a meditation. And then if any spirits come through or I get any messages from Ashtara, I will say it, okay? Feel that in my leg, sorry. Okay, we're going to get our angel wings on. You should feel more of this energy at the top of your head because karma is leaving and we're becoming more clear. So you want to be able to embrace your reception. So right now, I thank the universe for giving me that prediction, that dream that I will share with you. Maybe by Friday. I have to see, okay? Maybe by Friday. So we want to thank our spirit guides. We want to thank our angels, our intergalactics that work with us. A lot of people are working with different spirits right now too, right? Like I work with my acupuncture spirits. I have so many acupuncturists that passed away I went to school with. They were amazing people. Amazing people. All right, let's do a meditation. And then I'll tell you the end of my Santa Claus story. So, I love all of you. I'm grateful that you guys all could be here meditating with me. I mean, I hope my channel grows, more people can meditate together, and it's a very powerful experience. I mean, it's not just about you, it's about how we connect to others, right? All right, my loves, so I'm going to tell you the end of the story, and then I'm going to get ready I might make popcorn tonight. I don't know, have you noticed you haven't been attracted to the same kind of foods you've been attracted to before? Okay, so this is the time you take your hand and put it wherever the thing is bothering you. If you're having sinus problems or eye problems or teeth problems, people are able to regenerate teeth now and gums. They have to listen to the Hertz frequency. My son doesn't believe in that. He says you have to have the actual Hertz machine. But I would think, how are they making the frequencies? They have to have the Hertz machine. And then you put it, I think it's a real high frequency. I think it's like 1,000 something. But it's supposed to regenerate your teeth, and it's supposed to regenerate your gums that hold your teeth in place. Okay. Check out glycine online, too. Make sure you're giving enough glycine. How do you get glycine? You have to boil the chicken with the bones in them. You have to boil the animals with the bones in them. That's where you get that glycine. It's for healing. It's stopping inflammation in the body. That was Ashtar. Thank you. All right. So, yeah, things are moving rapidly right now. So you want to make sure that you take the time to slow down. We're going to have intense family connections. And this could be about anything. It could be about a will. It could be about a living trust. It could be finances, children, living conditions. I mean, and we have to be able to be open to discussion in a peaceful manner. And then you also need to tell your loved one when you need to take a break. So dry in here. God, I want to be healed and go out on the beach. Although some beaches you want to stay away from right now, right? Actually, I changed that. Most beaches you want to stay away from right now. Because I showed you, right? I showed you on that future map. The way that New York and the East Coast and that area around New York gets flooded out in Long Island. My thing, IMO, now I'm only putting these two ideas together, is because IMO, I saw it on Gordon Michael Scallion's map, there's a piece of land, and it's supposed to rise up off that area of the ocean. And that's supposed to be part of Atlantis. So that'll be tripped out, but it's going to cause flooding. So anytime you have a land mass emerge, other masses submerge, especially if you're on the coastal area. So I don't know. I think people that are wise and are seeing what's going on, they're going to get out of the coastal areas and move to higher ground. And I'm thinking of doing that too. I'm thinking of buying a piece. Well, I have a piece of land that's on higher ground. I don't know if it's in a total safety area, but I'm going to trust my intuition and build on it. So you have to be aware of what's going on right now. You know, if you want to give a nice Christmas gift or Hanukkah gift, you give one of those healthy lines, you know. Those healthy lines are nice, right? I showed you that. I apologize for that video. Because part of, I guess my throat chakra is opening up. Well, I was kind of feeling like I was fighting something a little bit too. Like some kind of virus is going around. So I really need to make some ginger tea and put a hit of brandy in it. And then, so let me go back to this. Let me jump back. I know, I'm jumping all around here. So, yeah, happiness. Stay in your happiness. Is that what we had? That was my third prediction in a coffee. Well, what was that thing? The star. So pretty. Yeah. Maybe make some stars, paint some stars, look at the stars. Man, I'd like to get one of those huge-ass telescopes. I mean, they're like this big around. Talking about telescopes, when I was living on the island of St. John, I went with this ranger. She lived on that island for many, many years. She was a full-fledged ranger in St. John, and I was a student. I was a student ranger, but I was a teacher who was writing curriculum for the national parks, right? That was an interesting experience. I used to take people on hikes going down these steep cliffs. I mean, you could take a walking stick with you, and there's vegetation to hold on to, but still. So you'd hike down this huge cliff. I don't know how many feet that was. Incredible hike. I got to do this one. I forgot the name of the trail. I got to do it twice. Maybe I did it 3 times, but I definitely did it twice. That was amazing. Yeah, my skin is dry too. Do you feel that? Your skin is getting dry? I bought this skincare cream for my acupuncturist. It's made out of herbs. You know, I don't know how I would rate it right now. I mean, I guess it's okay. I like some of these other oils I bought. But you really got to take care of your skin right now, right? Because it's dry outside. And I really should have went to, what's that little store? My son wants to buy me something for Christmas. He could get me a little humidifier from Aldi's, right? They have these cute little humidifiers. I mean, sometimes it's good to put the stuff in your hair, too. Because my hair, I ordered some oils. It was getting dry. All right, so let's finish this little story. I'm going to do one more clearing. See, I got charged up today. That's when I lay around like that and pray and meditate. It helps me so much. Okay, here we go. This time I'm going to hold on with the golden rays. You know, your crystals, as you hold them in your hand, you have to look. This is coming from Ashtar now. Maybe that's why I'm clearing my throat. You have to look at them as antennas to the universe. I mean, your body, your whole auric body is an antenna to the universe. That's why I wrote a paper about it. How all the chakras are connected. All the chakras are connected to organs, and all those organs are connected to the universe. So just to let your body rock and roll right now. Just let your body rock and roll through your hip area. If you feel so inclined, you'll be rock and rolling. And that's really good for your hip to let go of any abuse in the lower chakras, the orange and the red. So you want to clear that orange and red, energy out of your lower chakras. Just kind of balance them out. Because some people are on overdrive because of the abuse. Let that blow out. You just feel yourself connected with your crystal for a little while. And if you don't have a crystal, you can just keep your hands in one of these mudras. You know, just don't even worry. People get in their head about this. Don't even worry what mudra it is, right? All you have to do is feel into the energy. See, like if I go like this, I feel this is the mudra I could use right now. It has to do with the heart. Because mudras are connected to the different parts of your body for healing. Okay? Or you could try, see which one feels kind of tight. So where it feels really, really tight, that's Dumudra you want to hold on to. Why? Okay, this is why. Because there's a magnetic force there. If you kind of separate your fingers a little bit, up and back, kind of play with the energy. You see that? You feel that energy? Okay, that's your healing energy. That's your healing prana here. Your breath and your energy, they're all connected, right? Your electromagnetic field. So you can take that electromagnetic field and put it on your knees. And just let it stay over your knees. And now we're going to go back into the meditation. And you can put that energy anywhere you want on your body. Because I don't know, my knees felt a little tight during this huge 6 inches of snow that fell. I had to do acupuncture on myself last week. I should do another treatment this week. And then you can massage your knees with your hands with that energy. Okay, we're going to finish up here. We're going to do one more meditation. And you know, sometimes when you're in this meditation, you might experience colors. Like, sometimes I experience like aqua or violet. Kind of like when you go swimming in the Mediterranean or the Caribbean. So, like I said, when you feel that color come over you, you can just absorb it through your feet. And then let it just wash over you. So you create like this current. Let's do that for a few minutes. Just pick your color. If you experience a color, if you didn't, just pick your favorite color. Pick a color that you really like, you feel comfortable with. I don't move my leg a lot. I gotta get up and stretch. All right, here we go. And just allow your body to vibrate. I'm gonna do the golden spiral. You know, you should all take a trip if you can this winter down to the aquarium, but especially to the planetarium. And then you could always place your hand on your digestive system. It's kind of more like a light orange, yellow kind of color. And moving up to the green of the heart. And then you get into your indigos, your violets. So just keep moving up your chakras, right? And just connect with the diamond in your head. Or the emerald. And then when you feel your energy like really, really charged, then you take your hands and just put them on where you need them on your body. Okay? All right, my lovies, I'm going to go. So this has been a long one, I think. I hope you enjoyed it, though, and got some use out of it. Stay in your heart, stay in love. It's very hard to get a clear picture of this. It gets blurry as it goes closer, right? Love you guys. Stay in your hearts.